We're only touching the total here. 32.5 in Jags-Browns.
You know what? Then you start breaking it down. Can you win this game 20-17 or something like that? I watched a bad football game last night with the Steelers losing to the Patriots. If they can do it, the Browns and the Jaguars can do it. Give me the over.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Rico. Potential bad football game. Looks like the over to me.
I don't see Trevor Lawrence isn't playing in this game. So, and then who's playing quarterback for the Browns?
Oh, no.
I'll go under.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think there's supposed to be some rough weather throughout the entire Midwest on Sunday. You talked about a couple. I know Flacco looked okay last week, but a couple bad quarterbacks potentially in this game. I think I'm going to have to take the under.
I know Lawrence is fighting to try to play. This suggests he won't. Browns are favored in the game, and the total's in the low 30s. I'll go under as well. Texans, Jets, we're doing both the spread and the total. Texans laying 3.5. It's at the Jets. The total's 33.5.
I look at the Texans. They're the hottest team right now. I mean, as I told you, I think Stroud is pretty much locked up the rookie of the year. They're going to score points. I don't know what the weather's going to be like in New York, but I think whatever it is, the Texans will cover. So give me the Texans. And, hey, man, look, Zach is back. He'll do just enough to hit the over. So give me the Texans and give me the over.
Yeah, Zach is the reason that I'm picking the Texans, and Zach is also the reason that I'm picking the under. He's not going to be very effective.
Zach is the reason why I'm picking the Jets and the reason why I'm picking the over. I believe in him this time. Maybe.
You don't believe that. Yeah, eighth time is the charm for Zach Wilson. I think he finds a way to pull this one out. Look, you just got to cover 3.5 points, right? Give me the Jets, and I'm going to take the under. I think the Texans looked a little off last week once Tank Dell went out of that game, and he's going to be gone for the rest of the season. That throws a wrench into their plans, and this could be an ugly 15-11 type of game. I don't even know how you get to those scores, but the Jets always seem to do it. I'm going to take the Jets to cover, and I'm going to take the under as well.
Mike goes Texans and under. Next game, Broncos-Chargers, division game. Chargers laying 2.5.
Oh, boy. Yeah. This is one where you just flip a coin.
2-0. That's what this looks like.
Somehow or another, the Broncos are always battling to the very end, and the Chargers find a way to lose. So logic says take Denver and the points.
This is a game I would not bet on, let alone even watch.
This is why David is winning. Because he's freaking all... He's doing the mic thing. So, right! We're there for you, David.
Exactly. Give me the Chargers.
All right, so I believed in Zach, so I'm going to believe in Staley and Herbert in this game. So Chargers?
I'm going to take the Broncos. Their defense is the reason why they've won as many games as they have, which I believe is 6 now. Chargers always find a way to mess it up. I don't know. Feels weird, but give me the Broncos on the road.
Full disclosure, Mike didn't pick one for this. I'm going to pick Chargers. Packers, Giants, we're only worried about the total on Monday night, 37.5.
I'm going to go with the prime time under. Give me the under.
Exact same thing. Primetime unders are real this year. I'll take them.
Well, I believe in Danny DeVito. They're going to score a lot of points. I'm going to go over.
Did you say that with a straight face? Did you actually just say that with a straight face? No, it's under. This 21-10 written all over it.
But he hates the Italian quarterback, huh?
Yes.
So does the Italian?
So does the Italian. Shocking.
Eagles-Cowboys Sunday night. This is great. Cowboys laying 3.5 at home.
Okay, 3.5. I think the Eagles got embarrassed last week, and I think that the best way to show America we're not dead yet is to go to Dallas and pummel the Cowboys. Give me the Eagles.
Primetime unders are real. So is primetime Dak. Give me the Eagles.
Ooh. Have you seen the Eagles play? I'm going to go with the Cowboys in this game.
I'm taking the Eagles. I don't think they're going to pummel the Cowboys by any means, but they do have a bounce-back game in them. 3.5 is just
They
way
had
too-
Bears, TJ.
Yeah.
They got to show the world.
And 3.5. 3.5 is just way too many points, I think, in a divisional matchup with these two caliber teams. So I'm going to take the Eagles to cover that spread.
Not every week, but some weeks, Mike will issue a big game bet, the BGB, and that's what this bet is. He says Cowboys lay the 3.5. He thinks they're getting beat up, the Eagles, after playing the Niners last week. The Cowboys finish what they started. Should have won the first meeting. Mike goes Cowboys.
Yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
And with the Lions, who are laying 3.5 in Soldier Field against the Bears.
Don't know what the weather is going to be like in Chicago, but I do know that Justin Fields will be out there on the field, and he's had a lot of mobility against the Lions. They felt like they let one slip away. I think the Bears recover. Give me the Bears.
Man, I think this is a weather game. As I've said, the 3.5 is what does it for me. If it's any less than that, I take the Lions. But the half, that bothers me. I'll take the Bears to cover, but not to win.
Man, doesn't matter. That half does not matter. It's going to be rough weather. I'm going Bears.
Man, I'm taking the Lions. I think Jared Goff finds a way to prove us all wrong. Bad weather, good weather, doesn't matter. I think last week he turned the corner when it came to taking care of the football.
Hey, TJ, can you get him, do the audible F you cookies? F you cookies.
Yeah, I'll put a request for it. That'd actually be a great one. And look, Justin Fields seems to take it personal every time he plays the Lions. Every other game, he averages like 50 yards a game. Against the Lions, it's like 120 something. I don't think it matters, though. I think as long as the Lions offense does not turn the ball over, they should very well, easily be able to handle this Chicago team on the road. Give me the Lions.
TJ's on an island because Mike is going with the Chicago Bears.
Oh, haters.
I will join him. I echo the same
faith.
sentiment.
No faith.
The Bears beat this
It's a
team.
9-3 football team, Cookies.
Bears
No
won.
faith.
Bears won the trenches in the first game. No Lee McNeil.
4
No
times.
Ragnow. Couple key cogs. This is the Bears.
Yeah, you're scared.
Okay, you're scared. I appreciate you. Those are the picks. 97-1.
At Shea Mega East, we're your one-stop shop. With a large selection of over 300 pre-owned vehicles all in one location, you're sure to find the perfect ride. Our full-service department is staffed with certified technicians and features a cutting-edge facility. But here's the deal you don't want to miss. The first 40 people to schedule an oil change will only pay $40. Yes, you heard that right, just $40 for your oil change. Shea Mega East, located on 23 Mile Road, right off of I-94, exit 243 in Chesterfield. Just saying.
This is the lunch rush at your local deli. Orders are flying in. Online, on the phone, and in person. Order for Nick. So is it possible that fast internet can help your business outrun the rush? It is with Comcast Business. Up-leveling your speed with gig speed Wi-Fi, powering all your devices, and fast downloads and uploads, powered by the next generation 10G network. With Comcast Business, next-level speed isn't just possible, it's happening. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with fast speeds and advanced security for $49 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract. Plus, ask how to get a $600 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Call or go online to learn more. Ends 12/20/2023. Restrictions apply. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. New 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Gig Wi-Fi requires gig internet and compatible router.
Hank Williams Jr. Live in concert. It's a family. Bocephus Live with special guest Marty Stewart and his fabulous superlatives. Saturday, June 22nd, Pine Knob Music Theater. On sale now at livenation.com, 313presents.com, or ticketmaster.com. Hank Williams Jr.
Do you have 10 minutes? In that time, 5 days a week, the Daily J, WWJ's daily news podcast, takes you through Metro Detroit's top stories, like the beginning of winter driving season.
Weather does not cause crashes. Poor driving does.
But others are about why the greatest running back of all time walked away from football.
Things needed to be worked out, and the passage of time settled a lot of those things.
Download the Daily J using the Odyssey app or get it wherever you get your podcasts.
Are you tired of exposing your retirement to stock market risk? Call 855-412-SAFE. That's 855-412-7233 for your complimentary Safe Money book and join Joe Upplager for the Safe Money Radio Show, Sundays from 7 to 8 a.m.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Mike Papuro of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, call 877-734-2200.
Hey everybody, it's Jeff Rieger. Never miss the biggest story of the day with the Daily Ticket. We're your home for everything Detroit sports. The Lions, Tigers, Red Wings, Pistons, even Michigan or Michigan State. Follow the Daily Ticket on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
WXYT FM and WXYT HD1 Detroit. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Sports headlines all day, every day. From the Corwell Health Sports Desk, this is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by CGC Water Treatment. The Lions have released their final injury report ahead of Sunday's game against the Bears. Frank Ragnow will miss the game, but Alex Anzalone did practice for the third day in a row today. Head coach Dan Campbell says a bounce back for that defense will be one of the top goals against the Bears.
They're highly motivated. Highly, all right? I mean, we got professionals over here, and they're hard workers, and they want to clean up these little issues. But I go back to this last week. Third down has got to be our money down. I mean, we had 5 of those third and longs, third and 9 pluses. We got to get off the field.
Detroit is a 3-point favorite in Chicago. Pistons have another chance to snap their team record 18-game losing streak. Then Orlando to take on the Magic tonight. The NBA's longest losing streak ever is 28 games set by the Sixers. Meantime, this young Magic squad, they sit at third in the East. Tip off at 7 o'clock right here on 97.1. The Red Wings will not take the ice again until tomorrow night. They play the Senators at Little Caesars Arena, and even after last night's loss to the Sharks, Detroit has still won 6 of 8 games. And a yearly tradition in college football happens tomorrow. It's the Army-Navy game being played this year at Foxborough. The Heisman Trophy winner will also be announced tomorrow night. LSU quarterback Jaden Daniels is the heavy favorite. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Luke Sloan. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com. Set it at 4:15. It's a Friday tradition.
Yeah, and in case anybody was wondering, Ethan Crumbley, the young man who shot up the Oxford High School, sentenced to life without parole. So, yeah. It is. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I didn't think it was going to be anything else. Apparently, he wanted to see the effect that he had on the people, what he had done. Sentencing just happened during the break.
A couple other breaking news stories, some related to the Lions. Aleem McNeil said to reporters today he expects to come off the IR when he's eligible, which would be 4 weeks away for the final regular season game at home against the Vikings. In terms of the Lions injury report for this week, Frank Ragnow will not play. So the Lions without a key player on both lines of scrimmage, the middle of both lines of scrimmage.
If I'm McNeil, unless you absolutely need that game, what's the difference between that or waiting another?
Depends how. Okay. Listen, if he's like ready to go,
no. You're right. He doesn't have to play a lot of snaps. He's just make sure he's already.
Okay, yeah. You're right. Go out there, get about 10, 15 snaps, get yourself back into it for the playoff game. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but what's important, and I don't know if you were going to mention this, Cookies, is that Alex Anzalone will be back.
Yeah, not even listed, right?
Not listed, correct.
David, any ticket text? We'll knock out a couple phone calls before who said it.
Goff has to prove he is better than Daniel Jones, i.e. more than the franchise tag or $45 million. I think he is better than Jones, okay? I think our defense is better than what it shows. We've had so many turnovers lately. We've been put in a lot of really bad situations.
Pause. That's true. However, they just faced New Orleans and gave up multiple third and longs. 4 different third and longs in that game. I don't want to hear about putting pad positions. 3rd and 12 is a great position to be in. Get off the field, and they didn't, and that led to New Orleans touchdowns, plural, in that game.
Yeah, unless you won the game, this ranks right up there with the whole Kansas City game. Thank Bruce Irvin for what he did in knocking out Carr. Carr's in that game. I think that's a different game. Right. They were coming back, driving. Jameis misses a wide open receiver multiple times late in the game. So,
hey, you're not apologizing for a win. The win counts. It's one step closer to having that home playoff game that we all want. Some of us believe it's going to happen more than others. But that win mattered, even though they didn't play their best. And they might win this week, next week, the week after, not playing their best. But the question will be, Jared Goff, is he the reason that they're able to win these games without a good defense? And I think he will have to be, right, on the road this week in the elements. So let's get some people in the mix. Sheldon, you're next up. You're on 97.1.
Hey, so I'm not one of the big Goff fans, and I know you guys are. And the big 3rd and 8 that he did complete in a third down, he completed 2 third downs that game at the end of the game. And those were some wobbly, nervous balls. And one was dropped by the dude's leg, and it was just a better catch than it was a throw. And one thing I want to say, when Hendon Hooker came and they asked the coach about him, Hendon Hooker, the coach said he throws spirals. And I think that was a knock. I hope it was a knock to the wobbly balls that Goff throws all the time and the nervousness that Goff shows out there. I know he's winning games, but I think it's a good offensive line and a good offensive coordinator that's giving him easy plays to throw that's making him look good. I do not overpay for this guy. I think it would be a big, huge mistake if we did.
But Sheldon, you acknowledge that if Goff plays out of his mind the next 5 weeks, secures the division crown, maybe even a 1 seed, wins a playoff game, wins at Dallas against that defense, like, you have to be open-minded, right?
I have to be open-minded. At some point in time, you have to say, you know what, you just got to give him the contract. We only lose 3 or 4 games. We have to give him the big contract because he played himself into it. And then I have to say, you know what, we have to do it, but I don't think that I'm going to be extremely happy about it. But if we have to do it, I'm not going to lie, I'll do it.
So Sheldon's open-minded, but you really don't want to see Goff here on a long-term view.
100%.
And Sheldon, that's why I said, I think if you go and do what the Commanders did with Cousins and you franchise him, and you may have to do it for a couple of years, and Goff may not like it, but hey, who freaking who? Jared, you just got $90 million, okay? You can go buy a lot of tissue.
Absent of like a signature big-time playoff game or a couple big-time wins down the stretch, Rico, they do have the flexibility to say, give Hendon Hooker a couple years, tag Goff if need be. He's still under contract for next season already, guys. They don't have to force this unless he forces them to by carrying
he will.
He may.
Because if you're Jared Goff, you don't want to be that lame duck quarterback where you're kind of in limbo. So either extend me for another year, or maybe you let me go and I walk out the door with Ben Johnson.
People might be asking, guys, why are you bringing this up for the millionth time? The McNeil injury means the team that's already forced to win shootouts is going to be in more of those games. And with injuries on the offensive line, Jonah Jackson for a little bit, Frank Ragnow for a little bit, it thrusts Goff into an even bigger spot where he can't just blend in on the offense. He has to stand out. Last word on this. Sean, you're on 97.1.
Hey, guys. Cookie, you just said something. It's kind of about what I was saying. The Lions are in a great position right now. They have time to make this decision. And this is like the most important 6, 7, dare I say 8 weeks of Jared Goff's career. Because you're going to look back and you're going to evaluate him and decide whether or not we lost because we didn't get enough from our quarterback position or not. And so you can go into next year with this, and like Rico said, you can end up franchising him. What my friends hate to hear me say, which I think is reality, the greatest thing for this franchise, which is a move of the goalpost from last year, because as we said last year, the greatest thing for this franchise, that Goff is great, right? The new greatest thing for this franchise is that Hendon Hooker is a good enough quarterback for this football team that we don't have to pay $55 million a year for a quarterback. And if they decide that is the best thing for this franchise, as much as I love Goff and I love what he's done.
Well,
the best thing is if they decide Hendon Hooker is the guy.
Well, it's going to be hard to evaluate because he shouldn't be playing this year, and maybe you'll get a glimpse of the preseason next year. But from an economics, salary cap, sure, I get it. All right, we got Who Said It coming up next. It's 97.1.
Everything changes so fast these days, and that's a great thing. Because back in the day, we were lucky if we can get one video to download to our desktop computers, but now there's the Xfinity 10G network. That means the fastest internet with the fastest speeds rolling out all the time. An internet that can power a whole house full of devices all at once with an ultra-low lag. So while one person is streaming a movie in their room, another person's playing video games in the basement, somebody's doing whatever the latest TikTok creation is in the kitchen. It's the next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now. And now through December 21st, new customers can get a 75 megabit internet on the next generation Xfinity 10G network. Get this, $20 a month for 12 months with no annual contract. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or just visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with a stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment taxes and fees extra after promo. Regular rates apply to internet service. Actual speeds vary.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Get an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register for the trip of your dreams. And all expenses paid suite for the 2024 College Basketball Championship. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Every year, millions of people find a health plan at healthcare.gov during open enrollment. They enjoy more doctor visits, pick up prescriptions, and find the care they need. With the new law, 4 out of 5 customers can find a plan from $10 a month or less with financial help. Enroll by December 15th for coverage starting January 1st. Healthcare.gov is here for millions like you. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Some days I cover up because of my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. Now I'm hitting the road with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieved 90% clearer skin at 4 months. And Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine. Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor today about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis, and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Let's head out. The theater's about to close. Wait, what does that sign say? Warning, watch your step? No, next to it. If you are 60 or older, you may be at increased risk of serious consequences from RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, compared to adults younger than 60. I didn't know that.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. RSV vaccines, including Pfizer's, are available. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. Brought to you by Pfizer.
Your weather for tonight, cloudy with a low of 47.
Weather brought to you by Cricket Wireless. Switch to Cricket and let your flip era unfold by getting the all-new extraordinary Motorola Razr for just $199.99. Smile, you're on Cricket. Let your voice be heard. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas, the home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
America's favorite place to watch football, Stadium Swim, located at Circa Resort and Casino. Listen, if you're going to spend your money, you may as well have a good time. Now, you want to light it on fire with NIL? Go for it. Or go enjoy a life experience. One of the 6 pools, 3 different levels, and the largest outdoor sports book in the United States of America. It's Stadium Swim. Book your spot today. CircaLasVegas.com. That's CircaLasVegas.com.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together millions of things for our planet. This holiday season, invest in some LED Christmas lights. LEDs last years longer than regular lights, which means less electronic waste over time. Also, LED Christmas lights are far more energy efficient, wasting less energy as heat, which means a smaller electric bill. And be sure to recycle old Christmas lights at appropriate e-waste facilities. When we each share our one thing, it becomes 100 things, 1,000 things, 1,000,000 things for our planet. What's your one thing?
Hurry and check off your list for the holidays with 50% off everything for a limited time. Only at your nearest Banana Republic factory store. Wrap up Lux gifting favorites, plus must-haves for yourself. Now through December 11th.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together, millions of things for our planet. This holiday season, invest in some LED Christmas lights. They use significantly less energy than regular bulbs. When we each share our one thing, it becomes a million things for our planet. What's your one thing?
97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply.
David, double duty, building. Who said it?
Who said it?
White powder up in the eyes. Your glass is always half full.
Oh, yeah.
So, David, you compiled different things that our coworkers said throughout the week. Which shows are eligible?
Every show.
No, don't say every show. Like, were you listening at 2 a.m.?
Sure, I was listening to Brian Chapman. No.
Hey, sometimes I'm on that late.
That's very true.
Caputo sometimes. Is he involved in this?
I've actually heard you that late before driving home from the presents.
I'll be honest, I haven't.
Cookie's just talking about aliens at 1:15.
Listen, if TJ wants to call in to talk aliens, that's the time to do it.
Yes.
Not start at 3 o'clock. Hey, did you guys see a UFO today?
So the morning show, the midday show, the afternoon show, well, Joel and Rieger, they are also eligible.
And producers. Go for it.
Yes, correct. Y'all ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? You ready? All right. When you keep losing players and your margin of error wasn't great to begin with, you have to account for injuries. You have to deal with injuries. They aren't excuses, but we may have to just say, okay, the defense is what it is. The job is still to win the Super Bowl.
Let it play out.
I'm going to use the jank rule because I believe I may have heard this.
Wow.
That sounds so harsh to me. Everything's all right.
It's kind of long-winded.
Don't worry. We're going to be just fine. See, I thought I knew, but now all of a sudden he used the jank rule, so...
You think it's middays?
See, Kenny would have accidentally listened to some of the show he's working on.
See, I thought Dave was like really doing work. Yeah. I thought Dave was really doing work, and it was like, that sounds like TJ.
Monday?
Yeah, like TJ just kept, because TJ never wants to say this team is bad. So he skates the line.
Super Bowl in there too.
But you know, their job is get Super Bowl.
TJ also makes morning show appearances on Mondays after the game, though. That may have been then, too.
Right, but you used the jank rule.
Yeah.
So you poisoned the well.
I guess.
You poisoned the well.
So. Evan's right. At the end, the host just kind of slips in there. Like, Super Bowl is very much part of this conversation. So which host still believed that the Super Bowl is like a real thing for this team?
All three of them.
I still feel like Doug was trying to push, like, just because the defense is bad, it doesn't matter.
I'm going
to win.
You know what? I'm going to play the role of David. Gator. Give me Gator.
And Evan, who are you going with?
I said Douglas Karsh.
I'll go John Chance.
Now that everyone's answered, my jank rule is done.
When you keep losing players and your margin for error wasn't great to begin with, you have to account for injuries. You have to deal with injuries. They aren't excuses, but we may have to just say, okay.
Yes.
I wanted to hear him say Super Bowl.
Let go of my meat.
All right, let's go to number 2. If you're on board saying, well, this team is a Super Bowl team, I'm not on board with that either, because I don't think they are. I don't think they can get there. They'd have to have an amazing luck to get to the Super Bowl because they're not that good. They're good, and that's fine.
God, that's a lot of words.
One more time.
One more time, David. Yeah, I can read, so I'm fine with this. If you're on board saying, well, this team is a Super Bowl team, I'm not on board with that either because I don't think they are. I don't think they can get there. They'd have to have amazing luck to get to the Super Bowl because they're not that good. They're good, and that's fine.
God, that screams Stoney to me.
That does. That's one.
Yeah, that's Stoney. It's got to be.
My thought was Stoney, too.
They're good, but they're not good, but they're good. That's my thought.
I think he's right, too, by the way. I know we're making fun of him. I think that's probably the right opinion.
Does David do the Wednesdays with Woj?
Maybe, but it also kind of sounds Americanist.
I was going to say Gov, or did we say something like that on this show? But that doesn't sound like neither me or Mike. So I'm going to go.
Either of you could have said that, right?
But Super Bowl? You guys were talking Super Bowl? Super Bowl?
You guys didn't entertain that this week, did you?
No, we talked about it, but yeah. I'm gonna go Gov. I'm gonna represent Tecumseh.
Everybody locked in.
Who doesn't want free wings?
Oh, I keep forgetting. I'm like, David, are you gonna tell us? But you're the facilitator.
If you're on board saying, this team is a Super Bowl team, I'm not on board with that either. Because I don't think they are. I don't think they can get there. They'd have to have amazing luck. Effing all these hoes.
2 for 2. I'm dominating this.
Or I'm horrible at this. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, the bar is Roberto, so don't be too hard on yourself.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Guys ready?
All right, let's go to number 3 here.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? You ready? Number 3. The winning was fun, stacking all those wins back to back to back to back, and those double digits, thinking, hey, this team could be a Super Bowl caliber team. But at the end of the day, my expectations at the beginning of the season are my expectations at the bare minimum, and that's where we end up being. That's just fine with me.
I'd like to jank myself for the second time this show, because I know exactly who said this.
Can you give me the latter half of that statement?
Yeah, you don't have to read the whole thing.
Just like the last
sentence.
I just want you to clip what Kenny just said. I want to drink myself.
Multiple times a show, Kenny?
Right. I just need that clip.
I just can't control myself, you know?
He's an excitable young man.
Last sentence for you, Evan, is, and if that's what we end up being, that's just fine with me.
God. Who would accept just being okay this year? Because that's what it's essentially saying, right? I'm gonna go with Kang.
I like that.
I'm gonna go with Kang.
I was
Kang
completely
didn't have
lost when they said that.
Kang didn't have high aspirations to start with, and then he kind of jumped on board. Yeah, but nobody at the beginning of this year really picked them to do much. We thought this was going to be the year that jumped them to next.
I think the expectation collectively was win this division, win a playoff game. That's still on the table.
I'm gonna say Gator.
I'm gonna say Kang.
Are you all locked in?
Locked in.
I believe I said this.
Kenny, this would be a first. I don't think Kenny's ever been one of the answers.
I'm comfortable with the idea of stacking all those wins back to back to back to back and those double digits, thinking, hey, this team could be a Super Bowl caliber team.
All right, that's enough of this guy.
At the end of the day, my expectations.
Way too much of this. I love these nuts.
What a curveball. And hold on. Pause. How many weeks has Roberto done this? And he's never included Kenny.
No. He's never included Kenny. He's never included Dave.
Behind the glass on this show has never. It's always been snubbed. I think he's included himself once. He never included anyone
What
else.
an egomaniac.
You're right about that, Kenny.
Yeah, he doesn't want the shine on these guys, that's for sure.
Because he's used every other behind the glass.
Never you guys.
He's used Greg. He's used Heather. He's used...
Joe, when he's calling in on a phone from a gas station somewhere.
Brian Chapman.
Yes, he
made
did.
the show.
Yes, he did.
But not Kenny Conn.
No. Now, congratulations, Kenny.
And still not David.
Yeah.
Still not David. That's absurd.
Well, technically, David, I guess he could say something of relevance to make it, right?
Very true. I can't just have ticket checks. Who said it?
Wait, who said it? You know what? It's got to be Gator because, it's Gator. Don't like him. Who could that be? Yeah, every club can't be. I don't care about the Steelers anymore. Yeah. We may lose to the Browns. I love the Pistons. David All.
Leave Kate alone. See? All right, I'll give you one more.
Let that Holy Ghost language come up out of you.
Is
that David?
David All.
I'm going to give you one more.
I hope it's slow.
He's not as impactful
Right next to
as,
Frad's old house.
I don't want to be
Right next to
disparaging
Frad's.
on what he's done. He's a good player, and he is a loss, but I think it's easier to mask that loss or replace that loss than it is number of other positions.
They're talking to Liam McNeil, I think.
I had no idea. But I'm going to say David Hall. Saying that it's not that big of a deal.
You guys were the first show to get to talk about it.
Oh.
Did either of you?
I felt it was actually a big deal. Yeah, and I felt like John was like, next man up.
Right, former player.
But I still want to say David Hall.
Did Stoney maybe make it a...
No, because I think Stoney thought it was a big deal. I'm going to go Wojo. I don't think Wojo thinks it's a big deal.
What's the big deal?
Next man up.
You say Wojo.
I'm saying Wojo.
What did you say?
Kenny's not, but I'm going to give the credit to David Hall. Kenny's not doing the J. So.
I'm not going to say what I said before. No, I liked what Evan said about Jansen, former player, next man up. I think that might be it.
One more time. Can I listen to it one more time?
We got Kaminsky.
He's not as impactful as, I don't want to discredit what he's done. Good player, and he is a loss, but I think it's easier to mask that loss or replace that loss than it is a number of other positions.
So they kind of correct themselves after the first line. I'm going to go with John, too. Jansen.
Everybody's locked in? Who said it?
He's not as impactful as, I don't want to discredit what he's done. He's a good player.
See, I got you.
He is a loss.
I think what's been determined here is I'm pretty bad at selecting audio for this game. That was too easy for us.
David, let me help you out. You know what you need? Shorter bites.
That's fine, and I'll do that.
And, as I told Roberto, make it the same thing.
It was.
You did
all
it.
Lions.
Super Bowl and everything.
All Lions.
Yeah, Super Bowl, just short. Because once you keep going, then we start hearing the person. But if you just quick bites, Super Bowl that, yeah.
So I suck just like the Steelers.
It'll be Kate Cunningham, David Hall. I don't say you suck like the Steelers, you just don't know how to win like the Steelers.
Well, okay.
Hey, David, who won that first game?
All righty.
Still not over. All right.
Who's going to win that last game of the season?
I'm still waiting for my 49ers shoes. So,
All right, we did it. That's who said it. 97-1.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ 24-hour traffic center, we've got one crash actually just cleared 275 northbound after Ford Road. This is just cleared from the work zone, so you still may run into some residual delays.
Still gonna shake.
Disabled vehicle 94 westbound at Gratiot into the right lane, so of course use caution if you are headed that way. Keep in mind, starting tonight at 7 o'clock, 94 westbound from 75 to the Lodge, and 94 eastbound from 96 to 75. That's going to be closed for construction through 5 a.m. Monday. Use Warren or the Davidson as possible alternates. And also keep in mind that 275 southbound from 5 out to Eureka, you have only one lane open until about 5 o'clock. I'm Tina with traffic.
Northville Lumber, here's the deal. It's very, very simple. Oldest company in the state, largest Trex decking outlet in the country. Nobody stocks more, nobody sells more Trex than Northville. How do they do it? Simple. In stock, it's in their warehouse. You don't have to wait 4, 5, 6 weeks. Buy it, you get it, industry low pricing. Last year, contractors, homeowners, they bought enough Trex from Northville to cover 26 football fields. There's a reason they can do it, because it's all in stock all the time. No wait times, no lead times, no crying about the supply chain issues. And they deliver. Oh, you're not a builder. Who's going to build the deck? They'll introduce you to a Trex certified pro. So all you need to do in this entire process, call Northville Lumber today or go to northvillelumber.com. Call Northville Lumber today or go to northvillelumber.com. That's northvillelumber.com.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with. You deserve something better. And better health. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality, affordable health insurance.
No.
You have health insurance needs. We have plans starting as low as a $0 out-of-pocket premium with in-network preventive care at no cost to you and a network of local doctors and hospitals. So, if you're still shopping for health insurance, go to ambetterhealth.com/enroll to get your free, no-obligation quote. That's ambetterhealth.com/enroll. Find the plan that's right for you right now. Ambetter Health. On a mission for better. Some areas do not offer $0 premium plans. Plan premiums and benefits vary. Ambetter Health is the brand name used for products and services provided by one or more of the wholly owned subsidiaries of Centene Corporation or qualified health plan issuers in the states indicated at ambetterhealth.com. Health benefits and health insurance plans contain exclusions and limitations. This is a solicitation for insurance. For more information, visit ambetterhealth.com and scroll to the bottom of the page for the appropriate state.
There is nothing better than sitting down and waiting for your favorite team's football game to start. The anticipation, the pregame, the friendly wagers with friends. The countdown to kickoff gets your heart pumping. The first display of the game is always so intense. So, jump up and down when that controversial call is made. Scream as loud as you can when your team scores. Sit back and enjoy the greatest sport ever.
Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Are you using a mobile order today?
No.
Alright, what can I get started for you?
Double quarter pounder with cheese with just ketchup and onion. And a large Coke. That's it.
I'm sorry, what did you say for on it?
Ketchup and onion only.
Okay. Love y'all.
That's it.
First one, though.
Thank you. Oh man, get a good night's sleep tonight. I'm tired.
Yep.
There's no Red Wings. There's no football.
pounder large Coke.
Yep.
$8.88. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thanks. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Let's get home.
Yes. Let's do it.
That's a little chilly to be out motorcycling.
I'll say. It's going to be chilly.
Except Greg used to store his at Kathy's.